Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to show you some important elements of Unity. You will work with them throughout your game development. Let's get started. First of all, I would like you to know about the scene. After a new project created, Unity gave us a sample scene. To open a scene, we double-click on it. To understand what a scene is, please look at this example of the Angry Birds game. This game has at least two scenes, home and main scene. After click on the play button, the game will lead you to the main scene. Our job is to create a scene before doing anything else. Let's get back to Unity. To create a new scene, right-click here, select Create, and Scene. Name it Home Scene or whatever you like. After that, double-click on it. Make sure that the name appears here. You can also create a new scene by clicking on the File menu, and New Scene. Or use the hotkey, Ctrl-N. Before showing you around, let's import some sample 2D sprites, or images, from Unity Asset Store. Select Window menu, and click on Asset Store. The Unity Asset Store is a library of free and commercial assets, created both by Unity Technologies, and also members of the community. Let's search for 2D sprites. Click on the package created by Unity Technologies. Then click on the Import button. After the asset is imported, select Folder Sprites to see all of the images. I will use these images to demonstrate some Unity features. The hierarchy window contains a list of every game object in the current scene. Click on the expand icon to show or hide the game objects. Every scene should have a camera object. Let's drag a sprite from the project window to the hierarchy. You will see it visible in the game view. Select the main camera object and disable it. Now the image is no longer visible in the game view. So the main camera is a must-have object in a scene to display images. Let's drag another sprite to the hierarchy and change the X position a little bit. Now drag one more sprite and change the Y position, so they don't overlap each other. When we right-click on the hierarchy window, we are able to create many types of game objects. Let's go over some items. Now, let's create a button. We don't see the whole button, because the X position is too negative. Set the X position to 0, so we can see it in the game view. Let's disable the main camera, and see what happens. Everything is gone, except the button. This is because the button is a UI object. We will talk about it in the future. Okay, let's delete all of the game objects, except the main camera. Let's drag the bird image to the hierarchy window. The bird is now visible in the game view. Switch to the Scene tab. Select the Hand tool. This is a navigation tool, and useful if you want to move the scene around. We can use the mouse wheel to zoom in or out. To have a clear view of a game object, we double-click on it in the hierarchy window. Let's select the Move tool. Drag the square icon of a game object, to reposition it. Switch back to the game view. We can see that the position has changed. Drag the arrow if you only want to change the X or Y position. We can also set the position directly here. or even drag to change the value. Let's reset the position to the origin. Now move on to the next one, the Rotate tool. Let's drag the circle to rotate the object. You can also change the value directly here. The next one is the Scale tool. Drag here to scale the object on all axes. As you can see, the scale value has changed over here. If you only want to scale the object on the X or Y axis, drag like this. Now reset the scale value back to 1. Let's check out the Rect tool. This tool is similar to the Scale tool, but it will also change the position to fit our needs. The final tool I would like you to know is this one. Basically, it is a combination of the Move, Rotate, and Scale tool. Let's check it out. Now reset all the values to default. Let's create an empty game object. Reposition it over here. When a game object is selected, the inspector window will appear here. By default, a game object will have a transform component. Now, if you want this game object visible in the game view, you need to add the component sprite renderer. You can find it like this. Drag the image to the sprite field. As you can see, it appears over here. If you want to delete a component, click on the setting icon, and select Remove Component. Any components are removable, except the transform component. Let's try to delete the transform component. You can see that there is no Remove Component item here. The transform component is mandatory for every game object. Now run the game by hitting the play button here. Nothing seems to have changed. Let's make some fun by adding a component, RigidBuddy 2D. Hit the play button again. The object is now dropping because of that component. Now look at the inspector window, you can notice that the Y position is dropping either. And this is the end of today's lesson. Hope you enjoy this video. And if you do, please give us a like, and subscribe to my channel. See you next time. Goodbye.